I'm not going to start till like 7 o'clock, but I just wanted to go through a couple of things here. Kind of take a look at the radar a little bit. Back in a minute. So I'm originally wasn't going to start till 7 o'clock. But we're going to look at some radar imagery here. As we do have storms firing up here in Utah and Nevada. And if we kind of pan out just a little bit, we'll be able to go down here to Arizona, near the Phoenix, around the Phoenix area. And you can see we do have these thunderstorms developing. We actually had a tornado warning that was issued just to the south and west of Phoenix. I don't really have warning polygons or weather alert polygons available for this radar because this is AccuWeather, but I'll be able to show you all that on a different resource. But we do have quite a bit of thunderstorm action going on in the desert southwest, and that is all associated with that marginal risk, which I'll show you here in a little bit. I originally wasn't going to start till 7 o'clock, but I'm kind of browsing around a little bit, trying to see what's going on before I actually wanted to go live. And I've actually been doing a lot of short videos on my YouTube. It's gained a lot of views on there, so I do appreciate those who have been watching that. And most of them are just miscellaneous type videos, nothing weather related at all. But come winter time, I will be filling that up with snow coverage videos, as well as live streaming snow chases whenever we do get that. But we still got a lot of coverage of convection here popping up here in Arizona and even into New Mexico, just to the west of the state, near Silver City, points west along the New Mexico-Arizona border. And then we have these thunderstorms that have developed near Parker, and we're going to go a little in depth here. Like I said, this radar isn't fancy by any means. It was something that I put on my laptop at the last minute because I wanted to add that to my weather coverage, and it actually worked. So we're actually going to go to, let's scroll down here really quick, and we're going to go to more maps, or try to anyway, maybe not. Oh, here we go. Severe weather, which gives us the alerts, the weather alerts that are currently ongoing right now across the United States. And we're going to expand this and go further in. And you can see we got flood watches all the way from Nevada to Phoenix, all the way to New Mexico. And this is all that rain that has been falling in this area. And I do believe we have a severe thunderstorm warning too. Let's see, near Casa Grande, or no, Eloy, Arizona, to be Pacific. And we're going to see the area flood watch. Area flood watch in effect until Tuesday at 5 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, so tomorrow morning for that area. Let's see. Well, I guess it's not going to show me. I'll have to go more in depth here. Let's see. Eloy. Oh, severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 5:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Pinal County. And that is just south of Casa Grande. And that is that storm. That storm that was in this area was actually tornado warned earlier today, but has since become just severe. And we have one for Wilcox, and let's see what we got for that. Well, still area flood watch. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get this pulled up. Well, maybe not. But anyway, that severe thunderstorm warning is for Wilcox, and I'm actually going to see if I can pull that up on radar here. And we will take a look and see what we have for that. Right now. I kind of started early on this, but that's alright because let's go to radar and maps here. And let's go down to the Arizona area here. Let's expand this out and go down to Eloy, which is south. Let's see here. Let's give this an animation and see what we got. So that severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Eloy. That's the storm that was severe thunderstorm warned. It looked pretty hefty there as it was going into Ironwood Forest National Monument. And then we got just a cluster of convection here popping up near the Oro Valley, Arizona area, and that's for later tonight, to be Pacific. I'm actually going to span out here just a little bit here, and we're going to jot all the way across the East Coast because we still have ongoing convection here across the East Coast for South Carolina and Georgia at this time. And we do have that line of thunderstorms moving that just moved. Let's see, let's bring that back just a little bit here. Let's see. What time is it? It's almost 8 o'clock on the East Coast, so it just went through the Valdelli area, Reedsville, Glenville, and all the way to the East Coast, and it actually starts to weaken just a little bit as it migrates to the east-southeast. Kind of loses intensity just a little bit as it gets before it hits the Richmond Hill and Savannah area. And we're going to go back just a little bit here. It really just starts to pick up intensity here just to the east and southeast of Reedville. And that is currently at 7:05 p.m. So it's currently past that area, obviously. But those storms were packing quite a punch. And now we're going to bring this over here. And we're going to check on the Storm Prediction Center's outlook, because we do have marginal risk. And I wish this thing, there we go. You have to bear with me here. We're going to animate this some more, kind of bring it out just a little bit here. So right now we have the marginal risk for severe weather, not only for the Arizona area, but also for the East Coast. And that goes all the way up from southern New York all the way down to parts of the Carolinas. That's where those storms are currently ongoing right now. And I'm actually going to see if we still do have that tornado threat. And yes, we do. We still have that tornado threat. Includes Baltimore, Washington, just to the east of Pittsburgh, just to the north of Richmond, and just clipping the northern portions of Virginia, I think it is. Yeah, Roanoke, Virginia, yes. So that's that tornado threat we got, and that's actually the only tornado threat we do have for the area. And we're going to look at tomorrow's outlook. see what we have in store for tomorrow, because we do still have another risk of marginal severe weather, and that is a level 1 out of 5, and that includes all the way up here towards Boston, Springfield, Albany, Burlington, Vermont, Portland, Oregon, just to the north of New York City, to be Pacific, for tomorrow. And we are going to see, and we do still have that tornado threat. Few brief spin-ups are possible here in that area of the New England region. We do have that conditional wind threat, and your hail threat is less than a 5% in all areas. So now we're going to see if we don't have any watches. We do have a mesoscale discussion, and that is for north central Arizona, but it's unlikely that a watch will be issued. Most of the storms aren't quite severe, but they're sub-severe. Isolated to strong to severe risk will persist into the early evening hours. So those storms that are developing or ongoing right now actually aren't quite severe, but the ones that are severe, the SPC is continuing to monitoring, but they're not exactly wanting to issue a watch because they're not exactly to that criteria, to be Pacific. And that does include, the watch area does include parts of central Arizona, but isolated, widely scattered convective development is underway along a higher terrain across parts of central Arizona. This activity is being aided by strong diurnal heating terrain circulations and perhaps subsol mid-level impulse tracking northward across western Arizona. Evident in water vapor imagery, regional water or VWP data shows 25 knot mid-level southerly flow accompanying the impulse, which is contributing to the updrafts. Organization, while the 18Z special sounding sampled modest effective shear near 25 knots, steep low mid-level lapse rates, and some drying in the mid-levels could result in strong to local severe downbursts. So basically, the storms that develop updrafts, they'll exhaust themselves out and you'll get a heavy downburst, rain, some perhaps 40-50 mile an hour winds at most, with any convective clusters that evolve. In addition, a few instances of marginal hail up to 1 inch in diameter, so 1 inch is considered severe, so there could be a few storms that become severe, but it's only marginal hail. Could occur with any stronger or separated updrafts given sufficient deep layer shear. Overall, the severe risk is expected to remain marginal and localized. So we're not really talking about, just not scattered, just more isolated. And that's basically what they're discussing or what they're watching and what's currently going on in that area. And we're actually going to look at some fire weather outlooks, because we still do have that risk for the fire danger. And it's currently elevated. It's for areas of Montana, South Dakota, and western North Dakota. And then we're also going to have isolated dry thunderstorms. So what the isolated dry thunderstorm means is that it's not going to have any rain with it. It's just going to be lightning and perhaps thunder, and that's what's going to cause lightning strikes to hit dry vegetation at the surface, and that's what's going to cause wildfires. And that's basically what this area is going to be looking at as we head into this week, actually. And that seems to be the only area of dry thunderstorms that will be isolated. That does include Boise and Idaho, northern Nevada, very far northeast California, parts of Oregon are all in that risk area for dry thunderstorms. And then, of course, tomorrow will be the same thing. It'll be elevated fire danger that does include parts of Colorado, parts of Wyoming and Montana. So we're definitely going to have to watch for that area. And another thing is too, we're going to be dealing with the wildfire smoke all across the northern tier of the country, because we've been having those wildfire issues, and we get those winds from the northwest, and that's what's mixing in with the air, and it's causing that milky looking sky that we've been dealing with for quite a few days, actually. So we're really going to have to watch for that, and I do think we might have some air quality alerts. We're going to check and see if we do have that available. And yes, we do. We have air quality alerts all for the northwest regions of the country. Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Washington, Oregon, you name it. We got all those states that are under those air quality alerts due to those wildfire smoke and those wildfire dangers. And we still do have that flash flooding across the southwest, and even possibly even flood warnings as the water or the rain continues to fall across those areas of those thunderstorms. So we do have a lot going on weather-wise, but I don't see very much going on with the storms of the Storm Prediction Center. So, like I said, I will be going live again tomorrow for any weather coverage that we do end up having for tomorrow for the Northeast. And hopefully you can join me. I'm currently still sitting at 99 subscribers. I hope to hit the triple digits by tomorrow or even later tonight. Continue to subscribe to my YouTube channel for the short videos and my live streams. During the winter time, I'm going to be covering winter storms, even if I'm not out chasing. That's what I'll be doing, my lives on YouTube if I'm not out chasing. If I'm out chasing, I will be live on YouTube. I'll be doing my short videos as well. I want to continue to build my YouTube channel as much as possible so I can gain that exposure and be able to provide the best weather content I can for you all. So please stay tuned. I'll be live tomorrow. We're going to check radars. We're going to check the storm prediction centers. We're going to check everything. So stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.